You must be a strong mathematician and you must analyze. Analysis is a big meeting here in ISRO. So you must analytical capacity must be there. Mostly the BSc physics and maths combination doing it well. A technical expertise must be inherent, it must be there with you. And creativity and innovative, as usual, all the detail must be attended. It's not even just a small thing which will result in a big failure in the space program. A very ordinary small thing. A strong awareness of safety issues is more important as more lives are involved in this, whether it's a ground testing or the space testing. A strong safety issues must be correct. Communication skill, both verbal and written, as well as your document is also. Project and time management skills must be there. These are the major things which you follow in the ISRO. We one by one will give some examples for what we are doing. I will be using ISRO experience as well as some global experience also. I will give mostly the examples from Apollo, SLV, Apollo and SpaceX. So I want to cover all the three. So for all these skills, we'll go through all the three sectors. Right. The Sputnik is the first man-made object with around the Earth very long back in 1950s. Will be known. And first man is Yuri Gagarin went into the space. And the first woman, Valentina Tereshkova, is the first woman in space. Yes. He is. Now we are going to talk about what are the crisis management that occur for her in a spacecraft while she is orbiting the Earth. She was the first woman, or is a cosmonaut. In Russia it is cosmonaut, US it is astronaut. The first woman to travel into space in 1963. His spacecraft is Vostok 6. He completed 48 orbits in 71 hours. Is a record. The record means his 48 orbit is equal to the sum of all the male astronaut and cosmonaut has done so far on 1963. So you have to see the magnificence of that. So he orbited 71 hours is equal to all the male astronaut, either the ES or cosmonaut added together. Yes, he is the first man with the first woman in space. See, he was basically he was from a very poor family. He worked in a textile mill and earned for his livelihood. But only thing, he was doing a very wonderful job, that is skydiving is his passion. He was a skydiving champion. When USSR wanted to send a woman to space, out of 420 applications, she was selected. Of course, all the astronaut or cosmonaut, the basic requirement is pilot, but she was not a pilot training. He was not a pilot. Because of his skydiving, she was selected. Why skydiving is required? When you are going by a rocket, you would come and land by the rocket only return. But at those times, you have to skydive, from the parachute, you dive out and come out and land on somewhere. It is not a smooth landing, right? So he was born in 1961. She was trained, and there is a phenomenon. He got two problems in the space. One is, one or two orbits find out his toothbrush is missing. His personal grid toothbrush is missing, not a big problem. But there was a problem in the software, guidance navigation software. There was a problem. Problem is not small problem. Instead of returning to Earth, the programs are such way they are going away from the Earth. That means he cannot return to Earth by the mistake of the software. So she didn't panic. She talked to the ground, even though he was aiding with hungry bread and everything. And the space suit is what designed for the male was put to her, and lot of problems were there. But a lot of sickness were also there for her. When suffering this, he contacted the mission control station down and corrected the programming by manual. See, this is a skill. She was not panicked first time, and he has a computer coding correcting skill in the space. Remember, she is traveling at the speed of 24,000 kilometers per hour and rounding at a height. So as an alone lady, he corrected the software and he come back to the Earth. On reaching the Earth, there is a logbook in the spacecraft. You have to note whatever you are doing. You have to note in the logbook. That logbook will be seen by the ground station and check for all the activities what she has done. They were asking for the logbook to find out what is there, because you have to point this software is error. But she told the logbook I couldn't write because the pencil is broken. So the Russian used pencil to write in the space, where American designed a special pen to write in the space. But I couldn't write, the pencil is broken. So I didn't do the logbook to save the designer. The designer requested her, don't reveal it out, this computer program is out, there is a fault in the computer program. She didn't tell. After 68 years like that only he told. She told that there was a problem in the computer error. So this is a better skill. What is the skill you can learn from that is being alone. He is not panic, and he has a computer skill, and he is a very good communication tool with the ground center, and take it, correct it, and return back. Like that, there are 3 leaders in the world who have led the space industry, who are the pioneers of space. They are not just a physician or theoretician. They are all project managers. There are 3 great programs. One is Werner von Braun, who launched Apollo Saturn. Second is Sergei. Most of the people may not be knowing, even the engineers, because his name was kept as chief designer only. He is a person who requested Valentina not to reveal the computer problem. Right? So Sergei Tereslov, but he was a hero, he died. Because of after his death in 1966, and Russia could not launch any rocket to moon. That's because of him, he was a chief. Next is also is Kalam for our country. He is largely SLT. These 3 people, they have the different skills. With the different skills they have launched. So one minute their mindset you will see that. He is a Sergei, right? Korolov. He is a Korolov launch vehicle. It is called Korolov vehicle. Because we can see in the Russia only this kind of sapon. This is called Korolov sapons. So this is Sergei. He visited German during the World War and find out the launching techniques. He developed a ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile, then developed into rocket. All the countries so far, US or USSR, they will first develop a ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile, you will be knowing, like a Ragni. And then they develop that into a rocket. But India is the only country which selected rocket, then went to the missile. Actually, Kalam worked in SLB in then went to DRDO to develop missiles. So we went the reverse way. What is begin Sersky? You see that? You can see this picture. He is talking with Yuri Gagarin, the first man to orbit. He is a designer of the rocket which took him. But here, you can see the photo. This kind of photo is always possible. You can see that in the police station only they will take this photo. You really don't believe he was a prisoner when he was launching this rocket. He was in prison and came out and launched the rocket for the country. See, this is a ethics. More than the skill, it is a ethics, it is a professionalism. Even though, right, he went come and gone. All the first thing was done by USSR, that he has done. First man, first monkey, first woman, first 3-man group, first spacecraft to orbit the moon. All the things are done by USSR, except moon landing. Even now ISS is up to the SpaceX last week, it was supported by the USSR vehicle to get the astronaut to the International Space Station. So he was a prisoner, actually. He was a prisoner for political reasons. He came out and launched and went into the prison again. So this kind of professionalism, the ethics, will create a very good skill, mental skill, tolerance skill to work for a country. Another one, Werner von Braun. He is a Dr. Space. He is usually called as Dr. Space. He only created the Saturn. Saturn is a vehicle where Apollo is a spacecraft. So he is also have a very long background. He was a German Jew. He is not an American. He was working in the German, and with the rockets is his favorism. He has created a lot of missiles. That B-2 missile is his creation. B-2 missile is the first missile which will leave the air. It is which will cross the supersonic and hit the England. Around some 8,000 missiles he created. But German was repeated. All the US allies has come into that his factory, I mean the research lab, and saw him that was around. So they informed the American American generals. They told, asked him to getting him back with all his dying, with all his team to US. This is called Operation Paperclip. You can see standing here, I think. Right. With all these engineers, he migrated to US as a prisoner and became actually this is Operation Paperclip. So as a prisoner, he went to NASA to work and became a Dr. NASA space. He can walk with John F. Kennedy now. You can see this all the rockets made by him. This is going much above the roof. He don't want to cut the size of the model, but he cut the roof. That much process situation. He was working very hard to launch a man on moon. It is by him only. It is by his rocket, Saturn V. Right. So this is all the condition of the people who are the pioneers who worked in space. So this kind of skills. He is a strong technical man. He did a PhD. And his thesis was not allowed to publish outside. After some 25 years only they published his thesis. But he was given the PhD because that much technical calculation was there. He was dreaming to go to Mars. Even Elon Musk project Mars, he has done in 1958 or something like that. So he predicted we will go to Mars one day. So that's what his idea. And you can see, right, in our Kalamji, you can know that from what the level he has come. See, he is also lot of problem in especially in SLV. It is not a big problem, but he was a project manager for SLV, and there are 4 stages. Each stage was given to Dr. Muthana. So it is a group like that. Each stage was a total vehicle in charge. But when he went to DRDO, there is a SLV. There was a problem when we was launching the launch pad, and there was a small umbilical cord connecting the satellite launch vehicle and the launcher. At those time, launcher and the launch vehicle is the same, like this. It will be the same, this one. So, last minute, the countdown begins. Last minute, the umbilical cord, we are giving a command to pull the umbilical cord out, but it's not pulling out. So, what everybody was wondering, then one technician, his name is Dimaya, I think. He went, climbed up and removed that umbilical cord. Right. That's how we solved the problem. The crisis taking. So immediately he decided to send the technician to go up, climb up the launcher, not the vehicle, launcher, and remove the umbilical cord by manually. So he solved the problem like that. Still we are there. But there are a lot of problem in Agni. Testing of Agni is ICBM will be knowing. There is a lot of problem was given when we are start testing Agni. And somehow, Ronald Reagan is not happy. India is developing ICBM, definitely with note, right? When he was presenting ICBM to Indira Gandhi, Kalam, Indira Gandhi stopped the presentation, came to Kalam and showed the map, whether he can launch it there in his own country. He showed one country in the map and asked Kalam, can you launch it there? Yes, he said yes. So, that's why the Reagan government was not at all happy that we are developing ICBM. They want to stop our Agni progress. But we have a problem. We have to test the Agni missile, a hypersonic testing. You have to understand Agni is a hypersonic missile. And above supersonic, hypersonic start from the Mach number 5. We have to test the Agni missile. Where to go and test? 1980s it is. 1980-81 the design is going on in DRDO of the A2. But no country is ready to support us. Already US will not support. So we find out a lab in Stuttgart, West Germany. They are ready to test our hypersonic testing can be done. They agreed. So the team was ready. People could test and come back. Then, is a crisis. What to do now? What to do now? Then Kalam decided, agri testing, he did a one model test. So, what we can do is, he discussed after research in IASC Bangalore. We find, say, Professor Dashpande, Dr. Dashpande is a very great man in CFD, computational fluid dynamics. He was just starting. So we discussed, we will do a computational fluid dynamics approach for agni without going for a mineral testing. Yes, then we decided we'll go for that. That is the Kalam's decision. After research and everything, he formulated a DRDL team to work along with IISc to do a computer CFD, computer fluid dynamics in the country, 1982 to 83 onwards. So, yeah, but another problem is they require a high-speed computer. CFD, your grids are more, very precise, then you need a high-speed computer which you don't have. Even Kalam went to US also Seattle to get a computer, but knowing his intention, US government stopped him getting a computer also. Then only we developed a computer called Param. Param, that is by Dr. Vasagam. He was a ex-vice chancellor of Anna University, and he was a aviation director and my guru also in BSS. So he found out a method called kinetic energy speed. See the technology. Why I am telling you this much detail? CFD is not just not applied. There is a kinetic energy speed. That's why technology is a skill, is a more important, basic knowledge. Kinetic energy speed methodology, and it can do in 1/10 of the time. Remember, CFD is an ordinary program. Some of the program will run 1 month in DRDO, DRDO computer itself. Some of the missile program. So it will reduce the time. And 22nd May 1989, we are going for a test. So what we are doing is 1000 kg payload to 800 kilometer range. It is a Paka ICBM. But US put a range, it must be 300 kg and 500 is a kilometer is a range you can test. But we are away from that, so that we cannot do a windrun test for Agni. We went for a CFD and we did the analysis and we come back. That is a planning. That's a technical planning of Kalam. So instead of that, we go and take another vehicle, another Prithvi. One missile was there, Prithvi. There we have done a flight test. The flight test was done, windrun test was done. And did a CFD first on the Prithvi, then correlate the result and come back to Agni. This is called the project planning with all technical. And one more thing, he involved the people. He listened to the people and involved the people for IAC. He immediately went to connection with others. This kind of planning, involving others, listening to others, integrating others, these are the things which is by inherent from Kalam. We are in this concern, while doing his MIT, is a third year MIT he was doing. There was a design project. We are doing MIT, I am also a student of MIT only. So he is same 25104, he is 104, I am 25104, only with the batch. So there is a practice of designing a aircraft. We have to full class will integrated into separate groups, doing some aircraft design completely. And he was given the job. He was doing some 3 months and everything. He submitted a thesis to the Professor Srinivasan. He gave it to him, but he was not happy. And within 1 week he would submit. The work is not satisfied. Kalam was trialing for 1 week, except for the lunch, except for the eating and small hours of sleeping. He worked for 1 hour. And then finally, when we were doing on Sunday, in his drawing board in the drawing room, he found Dr. Srinivasan is coming inside and checking his progress and is appreciated. And he said, with the pressure I can direct this kind of integration. Kalam is well known for his integration of the various things. He was not a doctorate, but lot of doctors were abroad has come and worked under like Dr. S.C. Gupta, Dr. Gaurikar, who was the ex-vice chancellor of Maharashtra University. We see a lot of people, even our Dr. A.E. Muthulayam, the Ukuran Mulam and the ocean director of ocean technology. There were a lot of people worked under him, but that kind of vertical integration. Yeah, yes, sir. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just a minute, sir.
Yeah. Can I continue?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dr.Nagarajan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello?
Sir, please continue, sir. Please continue, sir.
Yeah, some sound was okay. And in between every 10 or 15 slides, somebody say yes, so that I will get the feeling I'm talking to somebody, not to the laptop. Okay. So we are so that way that ICBM test was over. Then we went for a real test of Agni in ITR, Integrated Testing Range at Chandipur, Odisha. It is 22nd May. The Dr. Arnachalam, you can see he is Arnachalam, is the ITR test range. This is a vehicle going to be tested. So Dr. Arnachalam calling, Dr. Arnachalam is a boss of Dr. Kalam at the time that this was going on. He was a scientific advisor to Defense Minister. So there was a call from T.N. Cheshan, you will all be knowing as an election commissioner, but he was a controller of PSLV. We know him as a controller of PSLV, very shrewd man I ever seen. He write just he will dictate a MOU, 50-page MOU, and will go for correction. He will correct only comma and everything. That much punctually given. Even he was a person who negotiated our liquid propulsion second stage, PS2, what we are calling, that PS2 Vikas engine with France. He's a very good negotiator. In one meeting he came out, he didn't agree what France says. Then they have come back and discussed with him. Like that is a very good guy. He only got that Vikas engine mind signed, and he wrote a project for PSLV also. Then only he came to the politics and etc. Okay, Mr. Cheshan want to talk to you. This is a message. Then Cheshan called him early morning 3 o'clock, and already Agni in the test well, you see that. And Andhra, I mean the Odisha. Next day, there is a cyclone is going to hit that island. This already weather report is there. We have to do it within 2 hours, otherwise we cannot do. Then Mr. Cheshan is calling early morning 3 o'clock. He was a scientific advisor. At the time he was a chief secretary for Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. Through Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, this time it is push, not Ronald Reagan. It's a US government push was pushing Rajiv Gandhi to stop the Agni testing. And came, Cheshan called him early morning 3 o'clock. Where are we in Agni? That's a question. That means his intention is we have not started or we are not progress, we will stop the Agni. Right. But Kalam felt it by his own words, he is telling. It is not a wait and watch situation. It is to act and achieve situation. We have to launch, because he turned back and look all these young engineers who have years worked with him, budget cutting, technology revelation. Some of the people, because of the USA sanction, they have come out of the country and joined here to come back. Testing was rejected. All the things are there, he said. We are in the point of no return. This shows Kalam's leadership, determination, his technical planning, and in the planning, the crisis stand. Just is asking, just 1 hour is there. He will leave it, he cannot launch, you know that is that we are at the point of no return. He is bold and courage, we will go and we will successfully test at the ICBM of Agni. So these are the level. An example of planning is again, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. You can see him, Vikram Sarabhai Center with Kalam. He is a mentor. He is like our Carl Sagan of India. We can say, if Vikram Sarabhai is Werner von Braun, we can say, Vikram Sarabhai is a Carl Sagan of our India. He is also a very good planner. His planning technique he have taken from our Kalam only. Once Kalam told this to me, that there was a call from Vikram Sarabhai. He was in Delhi and Kalam was in Trivandrum. Night around telling some 3 o'clock, night 3 o'clock. You come and meet me in the Ashoka Water. This is a message from Dr. Vikram Sarabhai to Kalam. At those times, there not that much plane and connection and everything was not there, like this condition. He went there. He went to, in 70s actually. So he went to and waited there. And exactly 3 o'clock, our Vikram Sarabhai came. And one more person also came. He's Mr. Narayanan from DRDO, who was a cadet. Both the people was asked to wait, and he took both the people to a Air Force, near Delhi Air Force Station, and show a vehicle with that fighter was with a rocket assisted takeoff. We call it a plane can be, a rocket can be fit in the plane. During the takeoff, it will give you additional thrust and quick takeoff from the Air Force. That is the idea. And Rato was there. So he explained the aircraft, and what you are going to do is you have to develop a rocket. So Air Force will DRDO will do the aircraft, and he will develop a rocket to fit in this plane, so that the Rato will be implemented in India. So 5 o'clock it's over. 6 o'clock he reached Dr. Vikram Sarabhai went to the Dr. Indira Gandhi's house, Prime Minister at the time. Went there, talked with her, and immediate sanction. Next day morning paper, he has sanctioned this much amount for Rato. This is what Dr. Nagarajan. It's a time management. This is a time management skill. Yeah, and the network skill. This influence skill. This scientific. He is very clarity about what is. So this kind of leaders only guided our program. Communication is not listening. Is listening, not only speaking. Listening is the best communication. We got people listen to Dr. Nagarajan. Right? Then next one. Analytical and computer. If I think of a computer and analytical skill, we'll go for example in Apollo times even he is NASA. Katharina Johnson. He's called Katharina Johnson. He's a mathematician and African-American lady. With all lot of people he studied. At that time he joined NASA. His aim is to join NASA and do it. So he was doing the orbital mechanics very fine. He was in the computer in scales. We are doing all the hand calculation for any orbit around the moon, orbit around the earth, and how to land on the moon, when to land on the moon. But all this complete by hand, he is doing all the mathematical calculation of orbital mechanics. That interplanetary trajectory planning, all this he has done, he is doing that. Actually, there was a lot of segregation, and no lady is allowed to attend any meeting. No lady is allowed to go other. Some of the report or the research report what we are doing now, right? Everything is not allowed. But he forced and attended the meeting, especially the orbital planning, mechanics and attended. He's go other 26 papers. So he was called computer in sketch. There is a movie about her called Hidden Gems. People must be saying, he last year only he died. At the not one he died. He told I will before dying I will write my book. Hidden Gems and release the book also. He is a computation to land on the moon. He was a first lady who did all this. This is called the mathematical skill. What I am telling you, the mathematical skill is very important. With the ordinary mistake will get into a problem. For example, when we launched the Hubble telescope, when its first figure was image was very shaky, not blurred, not clear. Then we don't know what is the problem. Then everybody analyze and find out there was in the equation instead of a plus a minus is put. So that made the mirror aperture long and out of focus. Then it's corrected and so mathematical and analytical knowledge is more important. Computational what we are calling now is a computational skill. So with this skill you learn. But together, calculation is a flight path, first to do space mission in moon landing, right? These kind of things are it's not human computers. Is called. So very great. You will be knowing is a Robert Lee. The man is astronaut. He is a man. See, it is 33 years. It is a picture at 77 years. So 44 years gap. First time he is a man who orbited the Earth. First astronaut of America to orbit the Earth, John Glenn. He went by space shuttle at the age of 77 as astronaut in space shuttle. See his skill. And instead of the age is not matters. His skill, he went by Mercury as well as by space shuttle also. You can see the space shuttle backside. So he is a person who went twice. He only went twice, both the Gemini mission and the space shuttle mission. He was about to travel. Robert Lee is about to travel in the Gemini to round the Earth, Mercury. At that time, he called immediately before landing. He called, get a girl Johnson. Katharina Johnson. This Johnson. Ask her if they say and ask her to calculate. At the time, computer was just entering. The people went and give the computer programming and all the details of landing, rounding, velocity, etc. And everything, the details. He called, get the girl, and gave it to her. He didn't believe the computer, but he believed the Johnson. Ask the Johnson to do the calculation. Then if he says they are good, then I am ready to go. The flight was postponed for two days. Because it took 1.5 days to do the calculation. By hand calculation, Katharina has done it, and then only satisfied he went to the flight. This is what the mathematical skill we want for space. Right? Because anything small thing will become a problem. It happened in Apollo moon landing mission also. Is another leadership. We choose moon to go forever, go fever. It's called go fever. He announced in 1961. But what is the capacity of years at the time? Not even a single astronaut has not around the Earth. no astronaut has done so far orbited the Earth, not in a single orbit. At that time when he was announcing this, just one Alan Shepard, he went on a suborbital flight. He was in space for only 5 minutes. With this experience, see the leadership. He want to go over 19 by his experience. See the leadership. He go 19 by. Anything? Any problem? Anything? Any problem? Hello? 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 Hello?
Yes, sir. Audience, please mute your mic. Yes, sir. Proceed, sir.
Who is keeping me? Flo is stubborn. Okay. Right. So at that time he was not having much experience. America is not having experience. But USSR is much having. So, but he planned. He gave a leadership. He is a visionary. He is a visionary skill. The skill of visionary, we will launch it. But when Apollo landed on the moon, man landed on the moon, he was not there to see. See, there is another certainly Apollo. This is where this is called lunar module, command module. Here only the people sit here. There was a Apollo 1, January 27, 1967, Apollo. Right. The fire erupted in the Apollo. It is a ground test. It is going on a ground test. 3 people are inside the module. These 3 people are there. He is the second man who orbited Earth and who walked in the space. Why? All the 3 people are going to by Apollo 1. Apollo 1 started. Apollo, they are only doing a ground test, not even a flight. It is not flight, it is a ground test. It is a hatch through which they were to enter inside and do some testing. So that, but inside this capsule, it is completely oxygen, pure oxygen is inside for the astronaut. At the time it got fire. When they are testing, there is a loose wires where some fire wires are there. It got a fire inside the capsule. They are crying and they want to pure oxygen atmospheric since easy to decide. So they have put it inside, no nitrogen. And combustible materials already, workflow was in the capsule inside. Inadequate provisions for the crew to escape. There is an inadequate provision for rescue for medical assistance. Communication lines. This is what the communication problem. That's what he asked. How we are going to go to moon if we are not able to talk in between us in the ground? So communication is a very important skill which we have to. All these 3 people died, shot, death in the ground itself. Actually, Apollo 1 didn't make a flight. To honor them, we call that flight as called whatever the test they have done in the ground. And then finally, we called it as Apollo 1. Right? This is where they are going. Next is a big history. This is Apollo 13. Everybody knowing, there is a movie also Apollo 13. What is Apollo 13? Right? This is a module which is holding that is scheduled to land. This is a lunar module which will land on the moon. This is a service and command module is inside. One command pilot will sit here. See, every capsule will take, Apollo capsule will take 3 people. One person is a command pilot module. Another 2 person will go in the lunar module, land on the moon. So far 6 Apollo has gone, landed on the moon. 6 into 3, 18 people has gone to the space by the Apollo. 1 person will be there, so 12 people have so far landed on the moon. This Apollo 13 is the 3rd flight. Apollo 11 moon has landed. 13 is going to land on the moon. Right? These are the 3 people. They have started with the Saturn V vehicle. Apollo is a spacecraft. Saturn V, designed by our Dr. Werner von Braun, is the vehicle. This is the vehicle designed by him. The spacecraft is here. So they are leaving for moon. This is a module, it's a close-up shot. CSM lunar module. So it will revise and talk again. This is a lunar module which will land on the moon. Right. So it is a case of a leadership problem, solving survival to a big story. It is supposed to go like this. You are supposed to leave the air, ground, from Suriname, go there, and to land on the earth. Already 2 lakhs kilometers it has gone away. 2 lakhs kilometers is gone away. Only 1 lakh kilometers is away from the moon, 2 lakh above from the earth. After 56 hours of left, there is a fire in the modules. Why? Why? There is a command from the who Houston. This is called Houston. Houston is the ground station. It's called like Sriharikota. There is a ground station where we are landing. You will be seeing all Sivan and everyone will be sitting and watching the TV and everything, right? That is called the ground control, mission control station. So like that, Houston, there is a mission control. They are only controlling the Apollo mission. Without their command, we cannot do anything. The person who is connecting the spacecraft above in the sky and the ground is called CAPCOM, capsule communicator. Again, the communication skill is very, very precious because you have to communicate the people who are 2 lakh kilometers away, miles away from you, above the earth. So you have to communicate very clearly, very clear message there. So he gave a command to still one of the cryo oxygen tanks. The cryo tank he asked to still, but actually they have done already a cryo. Already they have stirred. Suddenly the oxygen tank is exploded in the middle and start all the oxygen going out. And that oxygen is only the powering the fuel cell for water supply, food, everything is supplied by that oxygen supply, everything by that oxygen tank. Without this, the astronaut cannot live. You can see it. Then there is a message from the spacecraft, Houston, we have a problem. It's a very famous word. This is one green, so you can see that. This is the Houston Mission Control Center. They are all seeing that. If you go to NASA, you can see that. I went to NASA and see all these places. Now it's empty. Then you can see that, sit down and see what kind of control we have taken and everything you can see. How, sir, we have a problem. Yes, there was a problem. It's a crisis management and teamwork skill. What is the problem? The problem is the oxygen tank here is exploded. Apart from that, the CO2 level is increasing. Without the oxygen, the CO2, whatever the air breathing and now, all the CO2 level is increased within the capsule. So how to repair that? So the service module damage, right? How to repair that? CO2 level is going on. At the time only, Lynch made an arrangement. Failure is not an option. That's the word. We are going to save. We have lost an American. We never lost. Already I told you, Apollo 1, the 3 people died in the ground. I decided no American took space and died. But anyhow, up to space shuttle, nobody died. But failure is not the option. He agreed. He decided to give they had a big bang. Big bang oxygen tank has gone out. Carbon dioxide is increasing. What to do? He is showing this piece here. You see that? Just he was doing how to mark up he was making here, how to carbon to activate the carbon to absorb it, he was deciding. You just see this video. Are you seeing the screen?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah, now we'll see. Right. Now we are seeing?
Yes.
Yeah. In the movie actually, how they are to see that, their skills. Everybody is involved. Everybody is involved. And everybody know what is what they are discussing, how to the CO2 disagree. How to CO2 absorb, how to activate. Otherwise CO2 level will high, the astronaut will die. See the involvement of the people with their technology. that's the way. Again, I'll go back to this one. Okay, you're seeing the PowerPoint?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is fine.
Yeah, it will come like that.
Yeah,
Okay,
perfect.
that's what the discussion. Okay, that's what the mission controls Houston. He's a green. He's a real. It's not the well, it's the real in the NASA. This is designed to reduce the CO2 level. So they reduced. What they have decided immediately is, it is supposed to go and land on the moon. Yes, almost 1 lakh kilometers near to the moon. But because of this problem, what they did, they have decided to come back. That means you round the moon and come back and re-enter. Don't land on the moon. This is a decision immediately they have taken. And they use the gravity assist phenomena, technology of the moon to get it back. Gravity assist is, if you go around the moon, it will sing you out. So that, yes, so they have followed that, they ended. And in re-entry also there was a problem. Yes, all the remembrance was coming back. They cannot re-enter as usual other spacecraft, but they did it and re-entered safely to this. This is one of the examples. Jim Lovell is there, man who is there, is astronaut. 10 grants, you can see that he is a man who was talking there. So all the leaders is team members. He inspired team members and he is skilled to solve the problem, the critical. And he was not panicked. And he applied. He involved everybody. He explained everything scientifically. That's what I'm telling you. You want to come back now and decision taking, change management. Everything is done in a small example. Right? They have reached back. That's why somebody was telling, I was reading, even the coronavirus also, you can adopt the same methodology. When you are without panicking, we want to do something more like that. The Apollo 13 example. Somebody was telling the paper today. Right? The rate of progress 30 months, but there was accident in that, but they never bothered. They go on, and we launch a lot of men. This one is the first people into space we have launched, and we have lost some astronauts. This is the first Apollo 1 for ground accident, and most of the countries will launch a rocket like a Soyuz is the maximum number of rocket in there, 1,700 rocket. This is by Serigi, designed by Serigi. You can see that. PSLV also we sent by 50 times. Only 2 times is not successful. I mean, only 1 time is not successful. So like that, then the space shuttle era came, right? A gateway to space shuttle will go to International Space Station, ISS, not to moon. A space shuttle doing all the spacewalk, all the maneuvers. Recently, our SpaceX also went there. See, these are the ISS who is currently, as on today, these are the people. These people are from Dragon. Already these people are there. The ISS International Space Station, 2 people also joined last week we used to go. 5, and at the time we lost some astronaut also. 7 plus 7, 14 people we have lost. The space shuttle disaster. It is also one of the management study, but it will take more time to discuss all the things. Last astronaut how they studied. The case study for this one, 7 plus 7, you can see the Kalpan Chawla this time. There are all 14 people died in the space, and countries are taking more time. There are 28, 469. See that years and years Russia has stayed in the space for long. So we improved with all the skill. Our skill has improved. Our cost has also improved. We have done lot of run to Juno, Jupiter, Mars rovers, and we have sent a Cassini. Cassini is a region. It is for the Saturn. Actually, it might be a suicidal attempt to give data. It plunged into the atmosphere of Saturn after passing the rings and gave enormous amount of data to the Earth. It sacrificed its life for the sake of humanity. It is Jupiter. It is rounding the Jupiter and finding out all the moons of the Jupiter. Why? We need some water in some other places. It's a Mars rover. A new horizon going away from the vital system. All the things we have done with all our skills only. There are a lot of vehicles has come. Up to now it is there. SLS is going to come, Saturn. Comparing the Saturn, this other look. Space shuttle, and you can see the Falcon. Heavy is here. Is the Atlas vehicle. Is a competitor for Falcon 9. So all the things. But now we enter the era of B2B, called business of billionaires. So the C businessman has come in. So far the scientists were there, engineering were there, their skills were there. These people with the multidisciplinary skill is coming into the space. They have IT skill. He has a IT man or a transport man, Tesla, everything, PayPal, a commercial banker, but finally he entered into the space and the space area. He is another man, Amazon, you know him, Jeffy. Yes, he is a Virgin Galactic, Charles France. All these people with the multidisciplinary skill, they have come into the space. So how they fared, right? Is a US market, to open a commercial market, as you believe. The commercial crude vehicles started coming. One of them is Falcon 9 as large, DM2 crude Dragon. This Starliner here. So by the Boeing. Atlas vehicle is a Virgin Galactic, is a suborbital flight. This is a new clean by Blue Origin. This will go up and come back. And it will drop this and come back. Both of them, this will come and land. This will go to suborbital and come back. This is a way, the skill is now transport skill. Space is transferred to transportation skill. So if somebody take off from here, it will land in Delhi within 15 minutes. Go vertical takeoff, vertical land off. This is a skill they have exercise. How they did this? Right. The question is, again I want to show one. How SpaceX has achieved this. Why the skill have? He introduced a skill called a new innovation skill. That is a new innovation, not a skill, it's an innovation. Is one of the skill. He introduced an innovation called reusability. What is reusability? You yourself can see. See?
Not it.
Not it, sir.
See? It's okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's done.
But video is not.
Video is not discussion government or commercial step decided to load them.
Yes.
Yes, sir. And Dr. Kennedy, first man of this is arguably even in the super heavy class or somewhere between heavy and super heavy.
seen, right? So, you see, PowerPoint again?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So, what you see is that reusability has come. Usually, the reusing. Usually, our rockets will be not reuse the first stage. This is the first stage, and this is the second stage, and this is the payload. So, that is the reusability has come. That is the biggest innovation in the rocket. That reduced our cost. Because you can reuse, you are reusing. Aircrafts are reused. That's the reason why they are less costly. But rockets are being used because of this innovative skill. This is the innovative principle. When asked Elon Musk, how this innovation? He is telling it is from the first principles. What is first principles? Anybody knows? First innovation from the first principle is a current day skill. Anything you want to innovate, go to the first principle. What he has done? He want to launch a rocket. What is a rocket? What a rocket is nothing but is some aluminum body, right? Some material work and some propellant. He calculated, so go to the atomic level and calculate what is required for a rocket. If you calculate, the price of all this work is nothing, only the services and making that, manufacturing everything, but even that there was a huge difference between the outside cost and the, because Russia was charging around 90 million per seat to lift one astronaut from US to International Space Station. It is charging 90 million euros. Then only and SpaceX actually, Elon Musk also went to Russia to buy a ICBM. To buy a ICBM, they were telling a big value, big charge for that. So the Elon Musk didn't buy it. He came to the airport. Actually, he went with the NASA administrators also, along with him. He sit down in the airport, open his laptop and do all the Excel calculation. He find it. We can do it 10 million where the people are asking 30 or 40 million. He find the way. He put all his Excel sheet and everything. Then he find out, yes, we will do it indigenously and all the rocket, it's a vertical integration. SpaceX is a vertical integration skill. They developed a skill in manufacturing, propellant, testing, everything inside. And actually they innovate a method called friction welding. Friction welding means welding under pressure. To eliminate all the fasteners, which is a greatest weight for the large vehicle. He adopted innovative technology, he adopted friction stir welding. He found that he tested inside, fabricated inside, tested inside, all the electronics, hardware, software, everything done inside. Inside the factory, he didn't buy outside. So everything developed and the cost was very, very less. He got the contract for billions. Some next years, some 10 years, they have to supply around 40 seats to NASA at the cost of some 1.3 billion like that. So it is approximately 30 to 40 million US dollars per seat. So that is an innovative technology. That is an innovative skill. He got it. What is first principle? Have you seen this suitcase? We are now using this suitcase left and right hand, right? But the suitcase with the wheels, because suitcase was 1972. We launched the rocket Man on the Moon in 1969. But we had a suitcase like this in 1972 only. But 1991 only put the wheel to the suitcase. If you are thought, if you are innovative, from the first principle you must have avoided this. See, 69 we already launched it. Suitcase is this way. So now it is a self-driving suitcase has come, 2020. Because we start analyzing suitcase with the wheel, 19 years it take, and AI powered and self-driving suitcase. So this is called the innovative skill. You have to think from atomic level, then you can do it. That's the reason why the SpaceX is launched. Right? This is our India also going from SLV, GSLV now. We are developed from R&D also developing, but it's taking time. But all our projects like Chandrayaan, Sukrayan, Mangalyan, Adityan, all the yans are there. One is to go to Venus. Another is Adityan is to go to the Lagrangian points and watch the sun chrono. There is our Mangalyan again, second we have to do. And Chandrayaan 3 has to launch because we have instead of a soft landing, we have done a hard landing in Chandrayaan 2. So we have to repeat with the soft landing, which is 1960s Russians has done this. So we are after 60 years back. So everything India is lagging behind 60 years, but we want to do it in a different way. That's why you started the Gaganyaan mission. But here you have to see that this Gaganyaan mission, everybody, the first manned mission is some one orbit. Russian first mission was just one orbit. And American was just 3 orbit. We have seen John Gray. But India is going to do, we are going to stay 3 to 4 people in the orbit for 7 days in the first itself. First manned flight is going to be a record breaking for India. That means there will be for 5 to 7 days we will be in space, and some 3 to 4 people will be there. So this is what we want to do it. Even though it comes slow, we will do small. That's the idea of India is going. Gaganyaan, but all the things, yesterday also Sivan is talking, that all the programs are postponed. Even Gaganyaan, they want to do unmanned humanoid. Even a humanoid, actually not a humanoid. Humanoid they want to put and get Gaganyaan testing, they want to do it, but all are getting postponed. Like Chandrayaan, Sukrayaan is to Venus atmosphere. Venus atmosphere is very thick, around some 900 times our 1900 psi. 900, then our atmosphere means you see the pressure. Everything is buckled down. So, but we want to, there is a sulfuric acid cloud also will be there. So we want to see that, see the Venus atmosphere. So we are sending Venus, Sukrayaan for that. Aditya need to check the sun. So all these programs slightly postponed, but anyway we are doing well, and even though we are late, we are doing in a different way. Right? Yeah, human space flight is on the way to the space shuttle or the International Space Station is the first aim. This is what called the Aditya orbit. L1, L2, L3 is the Lagrangian points. Who know the orbital mechanics will understand very easily. Others also understand hardly. So these are the vehicles are going to come. These are the places, Moon and Mars, and we are going to, and asteroid. These are the exploration which is going to come. Right? A aerospace engineer involves computer hardware engineer, electronics engineer, and mechanical engineer also. Right? A professor in the aerospace, but in space, people think that it is not aeronautical. Aerospace is different, aeronautical is different. Most of the people are and because I am a syllabus committee member for a lot of colleges, I make the aerospace syllabus. It is not aerospace, it is a space engineering. Call it as a space engineering, yes, SE, not aerospace engineering. It is space engineering. Go into space and come back. Go into the station and come back, or Moon or Mars. Space engineering is different. Yes, basic of space engineering is mechanical, and it involves AE, and ECE and EEE is a parallel, and CSE is helping like anything in this space. Without computer, there is no space. But the computer we landed in the Apollo time, the power is just this Apollo computer. The power is actually less than your cell phone power. When the computer Apollo man landing was done, the power of the Apollo guidance computer, AGC we call, the power is less than our S5 mobile phones power. With the less power only, but anyhow we landed on the moon. Right? We have a lot of things, especially a lot of interaction in space. The artificial intelligence is one thing which we are going to be in that is called space robotics. The Simon is a space robotics. So to help the people in the International Space Station for their load. So this technology, AI technology, AI and robotics is going to help in the space engineering is very much. So all the computer is also involved. You can see that what is the effect of AI on space or space robotics, what we call. You can see that. One video is there. See the AA participation. Are you seeing the video?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Are you seeing the video?
Video not ready.
No?
You could see your
screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, no see?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
These are AA application in space. You think space is aerodynamics? No. It is much beyond that.
Reduce the size.
It is going to the game of robotics, space engineering,
Only will look nice.
and artificial intelligence. The soft robot.
Remove onwards. Zero remove. 5.0. Output 5.0. 5.0.
The GPS. Yes, yes.
Date I will remove all.
Yes, sir. I see.
The SpaceX landing on the deck. Return journey. Yeah, you're seeing? Hello?
Yes,
Shall I come back?
Yes.
Yeah, this is called another than the mechanical. This is a 3D printing. 3D printing is going to be used like a 3D printing in a mechanical fabrication is going to enter space engineering field. Right. So this is one of the 3D printed SpaceX engine we are seeing. Right. So all this, so space engineering is not just separately aerodynamics or anything. Here we are going away from air. It needs lot of control, electrical, electronics, communication, and mechanical fabrication, right? And artificial intelligence, robotics, etc., mission landing, all the things are going to come into the space engineering in the future. So space engineering is a very good feature. It's a mixture of all the other engineering, including aeronautical. It's not separately like aeronautical or aircrafts. Space engineering also radio engineering, propellant engineering, radios, storage. All the things are included in the space. So go into space. So break or jump or no return. Okay. I think I have done. Thank you. Any questions again?